52,000 is to be shared between three sisters. Anna, Beatrice and Cara. So basically A, B and C. The will says Anna should receive twice as much as Cara, but 8,000 less than Beatrice. And so that's what it's saying. 8,000 less than Beatrice, right? So let's work on Cara. Cara is the smallest amount. Everybody agree Cara gets X. Yeah? So what should Anna get? Who said 2X? Why did he say 2X? It's double it, isn't it? You all happy with that? Alright. Now, the hard part is Beatrice. What are we going to do with Beatrice? But 8,000 less than Beatrice. So does that mean Beatrice gets 8,000 more than Anna? Anna receives twice as much as Cara, but 8,000 less than Beatrice. So Beatrice gets 8,000 more than Anna. So what should I write down for Beatrice then? 2x plus 8,000. Yeah. All good? Alright. We all good? Okay. How much will each sister receive? Well, what happens if we add up all three sisters' amounts? What should happen? What should happen if I add up all three sisters? What does the total money equal? 52,000? Is everybody happy with the equation I just wrote down? 2x plus 2x plus x is 5x plus 8,000 equals 52,000. Bring the 8,000 over the other side and divide. Oh, sorry, not divide, take away. So 52,000 take 8,000. Get that 44,000 and divide it by 5. 8,000 and... Is everybody happy with 8,800? So here's what we're going to do now. We're going to take that 8,800 and take it back up to the table we made a minute ago. Now, would you all agree that Cara gets 8,800? How do we know that? X equals 8,800. What does Anna get? 2 times 8,800, which is 17,000. And then get that 17,600 and add on an extra 8,000. 25,600. Is that okay? Now, happy days. That's A to B to C. Okay, you'll see why I'm dragging this down in a minute. Now, it wants me to put this, there's my fingers. Now, it wants me to put this into a, wants me to put this into a ratio. Agreed? Now, how do we have to simplify the ratio as well, don't we? So here's what we're going to do. If I gave you the ratio 10 is to 20 is to 30. What could you divide into all three? You could divide 10 into all three, couldn't you? And the ratio would become 1 is to 2 is to 3. Agreed? So what we're going to do is we're going to keep dividing all three numbers until we can't divide anymore. Is that all right? Let's begin. Let's divide all of them by 100. So what happens if you divide by 100? 176, 256, and 88. Okay. Do you want to divide by 2 or 8? They're all even numbers, aren't they? You could divide by 2, but I'm feeling a bit lazier than that. I think we'll get away with 8. Will somebody divide 8 into 176? What do we get? 22. Divide 8 into 256. I think it's 32. And 8 into is 11. Now 11's a prime number, isn't it? Do you know what I mean by prime number? It only has factors of itself and 11. I don't think 11 divides into any of the other two. So I think we're stuck here. We can't divide by 2. We can't divide by 3. we're stuck. That's your answer. 22, 32, and 11. So here's how I'm thinking we're going to do it. 340 meters in one. Would that be okay? 340 meters in 1 second. Okay. What's 340 meters as a kilometer? Can anybody tell me? Divide by 1,000. What do we get? Point kilometers per second. You cool with that? Okay. Have an idea. What happens if you multiply this by 60? Would you agree that's 60 seconds worth of travel? Would that make sense? If you travel 0.34 kilometers in 1 second, let's multiply by 60 to find out how much we do per. Would that be right? Per minute or per 60 seconds? So multiply 0.34 by 60. What? 20.4? Can you give it to me as a fraction even? 102 over 5. And that goes in evenly as 20.4. Thank you. How do I turn minute into an hour? How many minutes in an hour? So if I travel 20.4 kilometers in a minute, surely I have to travel 60 times that distance to turn it into an hour. So I'm going to multiply it by 60. And what do we get? 1,224 kilometers per hour. And that's actually your speed. 1,224 kilometers per hour. Car A and B start off from the same point S. So car A is the blue one. Car B can be the red one. Is that okay? Two separate cars. They travel to destination D, which is 140 kilometers away. Car A travels at a speed of 100 kilometers an hour, and car B travels at a speed of 80 kilometers an hour. How far? So would we all agree that car A gets here and car B is still en route? Would that make perfect sense? Okay. How far will car B have travelled if car A arrives at destination D? Let's concentrate completely on car A. What's the distance? 140 kilometers, yeah? And what's the speed? Speed is what? Per hour, yeah? Would you agree that it's somewhere between 1 and 2 hours? So I want you to divide 140 by 140 divided by 100 to figure out what the time is. 1.4 hours. Is that okay? Now, the next question is, how far did B travel in that time? So, B equals speed multiplied by time. How far did it actually travel? How fast is B going again? And then multiply 80 by 1.4. And what do we get? 80 multiplied by 1.4? 112. Okay? 112 kilometers, yeah? But the other car completed 140. So how far away is it? How far away? Subtract them and you get 28.